Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to those who haven't seen my channel before, and welcome back to those who do watch my channel. So today I'm doing a video on a request, and that's from Dee. Thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate everybody's comments, but Dee in particular wanted me to do a video on OPKs. And Dee, I'm so sorry that you are going through miscarriages as well. And you know what? That's what we're all here for. This YouTube channels and families here for, and that's to help support each other and give each other tips and help each other through it. So Dee was asking about OPKs and about doing the deed and the timing and everything like that. So I thought I would do a video on that for you. And anyone's welcome to ask about the videos, and I have a lot of experience. So my oldest son is 23, and yeah, so I am over 40, trying to conceive. So I was 18 when I had him, and then I have twins. So those twins were premature at 31 plus 6 days. So I have an experience with, you know, premature and of course twins. And my youngest little girl is 14 this year. Well, she's not so young anymore, and I'm already missing them. I really am. And even being as teenagers. So I've had normal births and I've had C-sections as well. So I'm happy to do a video on basically anything, and also live videos. So live videos are really good because you get to kind of chat straight up and answer everyone's questions then. So if you wanted me to do a live video, just comment below, let me know. And it's really hard. I'll have to try and think of, I think like at this time, so what my time is around lunchtime, and I'm not sure what it is in the US or anywhere else, but I think it might be around 8 o'clock at night. I'm not sure. So you might need to give me where you're from, so I kind of can work it that we're both in a time zone that we can have a live video. Yeah, and I'm not sure how to give you notice, but I'll try my best. Anyway, so we'll go back to this video and what it's about. So let's go, Dee. So what you are looking for is after miscarriages, your HCG levels to go away, and that can be very challenging, and each time they're different. So I've had 4 miscarriages now, and I kind of never monitored my HCG levels until the last time. So the last time my HCG levels took 11 or 12 weeks, I'm not even sure. It was definitely near 11 weeks to go out of my system, and it was the most awful time ever. When you go full pregnant or you're trying to conceive, you are desperately searching for that line. You are squinting. You are going like with the test, oh, I know I can see a faint line. You got in the light, and it's actually quite funny because we all do it. When you've miscarried, you are desperate for that line to go away. And I mean, it's so frustrating, which I haven't done a test, and I will do a live test on that. Maybe I'm not sure when, maybe a week, when I'm 3 weeks past. But yeah, so you need to be doing pregnancy tests. So you just buy them in bulk off Amazon or eBay or wherever you get them from. You just got to take those pregnancy tests until they go to negative, and then from then on you need to get the bulk ovulation tests and just start, because you won't know where your cycle is at unless you wait for your period. And some women don't want to wait for their period, like me. Because I'm over 40, I have a 40% chance of miscarriage every time. So every month counts. Basically, it gets worse and worse as you get older. So straight away, I'm getting bulk ovulation tests, and I'm testing every day until I can either see, that it's getting darker, or I use my basal temps. So, and we'll go into that later. So say you are in a normal period, you're in a normal cycle. Mine's 28 days, and Dee, I'm not sure what yours is. So mine's 28 days, and I know I ovulate around day 14 or 15 because I've been doing this for 15 months now. However, every time I have done my ovulation test and I am trying to conceive, I do fall pregnant every time. And maybe it's all about what I'm doing, I'm not sure. And the rest of that 15 months has been recovery. It has been, but that it takes 3 months to get out of my system, and it's a waiting game of, being able to conceive again. But as soon as I do start trying, I do fall pregnant. And yes, that, like your comment, at least I do get pregnant, each time. And I, thank God for that I do. So what I do is on day cycle 1, I check my basal temp. So every single morning I have it under my pillow and I get my temperature out, and then I take my temperature and I put it into my app straight away. So currently I've got coming a new one, which I'll put up as well. And apparently it's a new basal temp where it syncs to an app that they give you as well on your phone. And yeah, it's all automatic. So I'll try that out and see what that's like, and I'll let you know if that's any good as well. So yeah, I do my basal temps every day, and around my period before ovulation, it's usually around 36 to 36.3. Everyone's different, but that's basically around my baseline. Then when it comes to, so I'm just talking about basal temps, I'll keep going backwards and forwards, but so that's my basal temp. So when I'm ovulating, my temperature will only be 36.59 or 35.9 or 36, which I'm not sure on what Fahrenheit. You may have to look that up because we work differently, so you might have to just Google that. I should have Googled it for you, I'm very sorry. So yeah, so it'll be 35.9, 30, 36. So that'll be for maybe 2 days of ovulation, and then it'll be 36.3, 36.4. When it hits 36.3 or 36.4, that is day 1 for me on ovulation, and I'm really strict with that. Reason being is it saves a lot of heartache. So if you don't count day 1 correctly, you may be behind. So say you get a positive ovulation test and you go, oh, that's my day 1, or the next day you might go, that's my day 1, I got a positive today and tomorrow will be day 1. It's not right, it's not correct. So you may go and do a pregnancy test day 8 or day 9 thinking that, you're going to get a positive or whatever, but you're actually still a day, maybe 2 behind. And they're going to get a negative, and then you get a waist test, and then yeah, it's disheartening, and you feel gutted every time you don't see a positive on there. So you really look at those basal temps, and yeah, only count day 1 as the rises, not at 36, 35 or 36. As soon as it hits 36.3 or whatever, what your normal baseline is, you'd count that as day 1. So very important. I used to check my cervical mucus religiously. So basically nearly from the second my period finished, I was checking. And that's really good to check until you just know your body. So I don't need to anymore. I don't even check. I just know the egg white cervical mucus. It is on the tissue, on your tissue when you wipe. Sorry, it's TMI. But you know the difference in the lotiony type or the egg white cervical mucus, or the kind of tacky looking like cheddar cheese a little bit. That sounds terrible. But you kind of know what the cycles are, so you can Google it and have a look where you are in your cycle to what your cervical mucus is like. So basically you check that after your period's finished, and check that the whole way through if you want, just so that you get the feel of what's happening with your body and you get to know your body. I also feel when I ovulate, I do feel the cramping, and I do feel pinching. So you become much more in tuned when you take it really serious. When you're going, right, I'm doing my basal temps, doing my ovulation, I'm checking my cervical mucus, your body then starts to be more sensitive, and then you then find, oh, I'm cramping today, oh, I've got back pain today, and where am I in my cycle, I feel like I've got pinching, or it's kind of like a throbbing feeling because, you know, your eggies are ready, you know, or hopefully only one, but your egg's ready to go. So, you know, you kind of, it's like it's swelling, you know, ready to go. So you might get like a bit of a throbbing, or you might get a pinch or something like that, you know. So that's kind of an indication as well. So there's certain indications that you have ovulated or not ovulated. Also, doing your progesterone on day 7 can indicate whether you've ovulated or not. So you can ask your doctor prior, so get him to give you a day 21 progesterone check, and that will give you an indication that you've ovulated. However, don't be disheartened, because it doesn't mean you're going to fall pregnant. So if your ovulation is at a good level and it's indicated you ovulated, doesn't mean that you have fertilized. So you need to be a baby dancing. So that is your other question. So baby dancing. So we are very active as it is, you know, like, yes, I have 4 children, but we're like, you know, little teenagers. We're just super in love, and we love that emotional and physical connection all the time. And I think you really need it to, I don't know, it's just a really good bond. And not just, you know, for baby dancing, but even just hugging and cuddling. And I seen this thing the other day that had, you know, that you know, you need to give at least like a 20-second hug to really bond with each other. So yeah, we're very, you know, huggy, touchy all the time. So it keeps the connection alive, I suppose. So yeah, anyway, going off track there. So back to baby dancing. So what we do is, we're already active, but maybe when I check I'm trying to think for you, Dee. So checking your cervical mucus and knowing where it's at, and when it starts, I think it might start like creamy, you know, when you get to day kind of 10 and 11 and maybe 12, and then it might go like a little bit watery kind of. Maybe when it changes, then it's time to baby dance, and then, you know, it gets that watery type wet kind of feeling, and then it'll be egg white cervical mucus, which doesn't always happen because not all girls produce it. Doesn't mean you can't fall pregnant, it just helps the sperm go up there. So yeah, so maybe that evening primrose is really good if you have any problems with the cervical mucus. Yeah, so baby dancing, you know, start baby dancing 3 days at least beforehand. And if you go 3 days, so depending on the day, you don't want to skip it either. So you don't want to miss your ovulation. So you might want to get, you know, 1 or 2 in. So don't jump the gun. Don't have sex every day. You want to make sure that you've got plenty in there. And yeah, the build up, but you don't want too much build up, because, you know, yeah, too much is not good either. So we normally, we do it all the time. So we might do it day 11, day 13, day 15. We even do it day 17. You know, let's just try. We don't care about gender. We love whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. There's no preference. We're going to be so excited when that day comes. So, you know, unless you're gender swaying, and I think for a girl to gender sway, I think you have sex a couple of days prior to your ovulation and don't have sex again. And if you want a boy, I'm pretty sure it's the day of ovulation and over. So it doesn't always work, but that is just the theory out there. So don't take off what I just said to you. That's just what I've read. So, and it kind of makes sense. It's saying that the girls swim slower, but their longevity. So the boys, they're just like quick to get there and do the deed, you know. So they're quick to get up there, get in the fallopian tube, and they're just like waiting around. They're going, okay, come on, you know, release, and then bam, in there. They get in there. But if they're there too early, you know, then they use up all their energy and then they, you know, die off. So basically that's like the theory around it, I think. So yeah, if you're gender swaying, you know, that's probably. And then I think they got what do they call it, the Shettles method or something like that, and that's to do with, you know, which positions you have sex in, and yeah, all sorts of other things. So you can look up them, and that's just all on gender sway. Otherwise, yeah, when you're baby dancing, we do day 11, 13, 15, 17. And I always make sure that, like, afterwards I don't go to the toilet straight away. But I don't sit there and put pillows under my bottom and stick my legs up in the air. And I know some people do that. And I'm not laughing at you because I know I've done it before, but I have fallen pregnant 4 times without doing that. But yes, you know, I've been in there and I've had my pillow under my bottom with my legs in the air going, what am I doing? And yes, and if you're laughing, I know you're doing it too. So yeah, anyway, you don't need to. I don't think you do. I've fallen pregnant 4 times, you know, like, I mean, obviously I've fallen pregnant more than 4 times, but I mean, in this last 15 months, I've fallen pregnant successfully 4 times. I don't think I need to go upside down. Yeah, so otherwise, D, make sure that you are eating healthy. Oh, well, not even really eating healthy, but I mean, just, yeah, don't have alcohol if you're trying to conceive around that time, you know, like in the week or whatever, or 2 weeks, I don't know what they say, but, you know, even just around that time. Don't try and limit your coffee, try not to have alcohol at all. And the same with hubby. Don't let him, don't not let him, but yeah, just suggest to him that it will be better for spermies without, you know, the coffee, Coke. And we have had experience with this because I've had an IUI before with the twins, and they went through all of the, so his sperm was really bad, like to the point where they said, no, I don't think you can have kids, you know, or anymore. And then we did this big diet thing that they told us to, and they rang up going, oh my gosh, like it looks awesome. Like, yeah, so much better, like 100% better. So, you know, there are ways, and yeah, just what you eat too is a big factor. The other thing is, so I'm not making this video too long, is I take all these vitamins. So I take, and I'm not sure what your version is because I'm not sure where you're from, but I have an Elevate. It is quite expensive, but it's very good. And I also, well, Brad takes Menavit, so it's for healthy sperm. And he's been taking that for 3 months. Oh, he's been taking that for 6 months. But when we started having ongoing recurrent issues, he started taking it to get healthy sperm, and it takes 98 days for the sperm to improve. So it's been 6 months. So hopefully, you know, we're hoping that it might not have been 3 months when I fell pregnant last. So we're hoping that, you know, this time, you know, we actually kept going with all our medications, even though we were pregnant. We still kept going with all the stuff we were taking until I was 12 weeks, just in case this had happened, and it did. So we're really glad, because we didn't want to have to start all over again with all this medication. So I highly recommend that if you do fall pregnant, please keep taking the medications if they're not affecting your pregnancy. So things that you can take, depending on whether your progesterone levels are low, whatever, there's Vitex, there's B6. I used to take them, but I don't really need to take them because my progesterone is pretty good, and I don't think I've ever had trouble with it. Like my doctor now gives me, when I fall pregnant, progesterone suppositories. And yeah, so, but I mean, I haven't taken any. But you can take B6 and Vitex. I also take, and myself and Brad, we also take B12, and I won't go through what these are because it'll be a super long video. You need to look them up. But Maca is another one. And where I'm getting most of these from is, if you watch a video, Mark Scaler, I think he is a fertility specialist on a YouTube channel, and I'll try and remember to link it down below. He has excellent videos on trying to conceive, and about sperm and about egg, and, you know, healthy egg, healthy sperm, healthy eating, all sorts of stuff like that. Is actually really, really, really good. So he does do some live ones too. We both also take CQ10 as well. What else do we both take? Oh, raw jelly. So raw jelly, if you think of queen bee and eggs, yes, raw jelly, and he takes it too because it actually is about the sperm. And vitamin D3. I have iron issues, and I've always had iron issues, but I might go take Coloxol as well, and that's so I'm not constipated. Fish oils, we both take fish oils, very healthy for us and baby to be. And so what my recommendation, if you have any cervical mucus issues, or if you're on things like Clomid, so Clomid can dry your cervix. I'm not on Clomid, but I have been before when I had the twins. So I know it can dry your cervical mucus up. So the evening primrose oil is very good for that. And I just had been taking it just to make sure I had good cervical mucus, basically. So anyway, that's another one as well. So just recapping again, ovulation tests, 10 in a pack, and I haven't got my cheapies yet, so I've ordered them, but they haven't arrived. So I can't show you those, but I'm sure you know which ones they are if you've been trying to conceive. And again, my pregnancy tests, I only use these to start, and then the cheapies afterwards, because they show, you know, 6 or something, and you know, as I said, mine was 4 or whatever. So anyway, Dee, I hope that has answered most of your questions. I think I talked about OPK, doing the deed, and the timing. So if you have any more questions, please put them down below. Like and subscribe, follow my journey. Obviously I'm going to be doing more ovulation tests and pregnancy tests. The next one might be just watching my HCG levels go away, and when they do go away, then it'll be, you know, ovulation tests, and they won't be on these digitals, by the way. They will be on the cheapy ones. And then when it's for real, I'll be doing the ovulation digital tests. So stand by for more. Otherwise, don't forget to put down what you want to see in my live video, what questions you want to ask, and so I can have, if they're a little bit more difficult, I might have to think about it, and then I'll have time to answer them for you. Otherwise, I hope you all are having a great week, and good luck in your TTC journey. And I'm happy to follow you if you put down your name and what your channel is about. And as long as, you know, we can all support each other, I think it's a very good thing. We can all experience each other's journeys and help each other along the way. I think support is a really good network, especially if you don't want to, and it's not that you don't want to be with your family and talk to your family about it. It's just that it's the heartache, you know, and you don't want to put them through the heartache and, you know, the feelings every time this happens. And I know that, you know, we held off too, and we don't want to tell our families anything until it's solid, because it's so heartbreaking for us that we don't want them to go through. So this networking and YouTubing and having other women go through the same thing, and we can experience each other's journeys, is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I will talk to you guys another day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.